Shalom, shalom, Yahshua, Allah, all praises to Yahshua Mashiach. Indeed, His mercy endures forever. Shalom to the entire family. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Let us fix everything very quick. Shalom to the entire family. Shalom to all of you. All praises to Yahshua Mashiach. Indeed, His mercy endures forever. Let us start with the book of Colossians, chapter 3 and verse 17. Giving thanks to Yah through His beloved Son HaMashiach Yahushua. Shalom to all of you. Shalom, shalom, shalom. The book of Colossians, chapter 3, and verse 17. And whatsoever ye do in word or deed, do all in the name of the Adon HaMashiach, giving thanks to the Most High and the Father by Him. The Most High commands us to do everything to Him via HaMashiach Yahushai. Because we cannot go to the Father by ourselves. We must, we should, we have to, and we ought to go through HaMashiach Yahushai. So just give me a couple minutes so that I can fix everything here. Just give me a couple minutes. Let's go, Israel. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. All praises to Yahweh Mashiach. Indeed, His mercy endures forever. The book of Baruch, chapter 4 and verse 1. This is the book of Baruch, chapter 4 and verse 1. This is the book of the commandments of the Most High, and the law that endeth forever. All they that keep it shall come to life, but such as live it shall die. The minute we stray away from the laws of Yah, we must, we should, and we ought to expect death to follow us. Let's take 5 minutes. We are going to call this welfare check, meaning that where we are going to ask each other how we are. So far, Sister Lisa, shalom, my dear sister, shalom, how do you do? Brother Denbo, shalom, my dear brother, how do you do? Brother Don Izu, shalom, my dear brother, how do you do? And those of you, and I see 8 of you are watching, let's take 5 minutes to do a welfare check on each other. Let's move, let's go. This will be like this will be from now and on. We are going to do this. We take 5 minutes to ask each other how we are, so far how this week is. This will be our new series to ask each other how we are. We are going to call it welfare check. Welfare check, like welfare check. Sister Lisa says, I'm doing good tonight. All praises to After Mashiach. Brother Deadbo says, how is everybody doing? We are doing all praises on our side. Brother Denbo, everything is well. All praises to After Mashiach, everything is well. Brother Don Izu Tamid, my dear brother, shalom, brother, how do you do? How is everything? Also, make sure you like or dislike the class. Sister Lisa, all praises to After Mashiach. I'm doing great, my dear sister. Make sure you like or dislike the class. We are going to start in about 2 minutes. The book of Hosea is part of what they call the Old Testament. Hosea, was Hosea a major prophet or a minor prophet? Brother Denbo states major, Brother Denbo says minor. Yes, minor prophet in the sense that when you look at the books, the chapters are not that voluminous like Isaiah and Jeremiah. So basically, Obadiah is only one chapter, Micah only a couple chapters. So they call them Hosea, Joel, Nehemiah, Hosea, Joel, Nahum, Habakkuk. They call them minor prophets. Let's see what the Most High says here in Hosea chapter 4, verse 1, concerning our people. The title of the class is MLK, a legacy of death, stupidity, and dumbness. What does that mean? Sister Darlene Barrera. My dear sister, this is my first time seeing you. Shalom, welcome to class. This is a family. This class is a weekly class that we have here at the Light of Zion in headquarters for our people. All praises to Allah, my dear sister. Welcome to class. Hosea chapter 4, verse 1. Let's see what the Most High says to us via Hosea. MLK, a legacy of death, stupidity, and dumbness. What does that mean? What can you entail? What can you infer from that statement, from this title? Remember, this class is about interaction. If you do not know the answer, that is fine. But we have to talk one with another. That's the way it is. What does that mean? A legacy of death, stupidity, and dumbness. What does that mean? What do you hear from this chapter, from this statement? What can you say about that statement? Sister Lisa states, no one has taken heed to what MLK stood for and no change for the better since his death. Okay, we can see what you are saying. But look at whenever you see a title here, look at the background, look at the picture clearly, because we are there is a message within the picture. Napoleon Bonaparte once said, a picture is worth 1,000 words. Now, a legacy of death, stupidity, and dumbness. Hosea chapter 4, verse 1. The book of Hosea, chapter 4 and verse 1. Hear the word of Yah, ye children of Israel. For the Most High hath a controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of the Most High in the land. Let's, wherever you are, whether you are in Trinidad and Tobago, Brother Don Israel Tamid, whether you are in Jacksonville, Sister Lisa, whether I'm in Fort Lauderdale, Florida right now, we can state that wherever our people are or wherever there is an MLK Boulevard, oftentimes this area is a killing ground. And we can see that we do not really love one another. The civil rights movement was about Israelites coming together. Now remember, we have to be scholars in the truth. Yes, many of our leaders didn't go according to what the Most High says. Some of the ideas were okay. They wanted to achieve something. They wanted to achieve liberation for our people. We are going to do some analysis of what MLK did. When it comes to us at the Light of Zion, we do not just go off of what people have been saying. We do our analysis to see what is going on. Now, our brother wanted us to integrate with America. That was his plan. That was his tool back then. We can see that this plan was not according to the Most High. Yes, through this plan, many of us are able to get an education, like with the case Brown v. Board of Education. Now, later on, by integrating with America, by becoming one with America, what happened to us, or what has been happening to us? Hosea 4, verse 1. Hear the word of Yah, ye children of Israel. For the Most High have a controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth. We do not keep the laws of Yah. We do not care about the laws of Yah. When it comes to us as a people, we refuse to listen to what the prophets are saying. We care more about what some pastor is saying than what the Bible is saying. That is why you will see that in some homes, sisters will say, well, my pastor says this, my pastor says that, regardless of what her husband is saying. Or you will talk to brothers during the debate, they will say, well, my pastor didn't teach me that. So the Most High says, there is no truth. We are not keeping the laws of Yah, nor mercy. We are merciless toward one another. Nor knowledge of Yah. There is no pity. We don't pity one another. We don't care about one another. Nor knowledge of Yah in the land. We do not care about the Most High. The Most High says, don't do something, we choose to do it. Even in the truth, the Most High states that the Passover meal should be lamb, unleavened bread, wine, and bitter herbs. You may see some other camps trying to incorporate some other things within the Passover meal. This should not be done. Verse 2, by swearing and lying and killing. And killing. That is why you see that oftentimes in any MLK boulevard, you always hear about death in that area. Now we ought to ask ourselves, have we? Because at some point, the brother wanted us to live together one with another. Now we ought to ask ourselves, are we living together one with another? Do we really value each other's life? That is why we cannot stand behind Black Lives Matter. First of all, what is the purpose of Black Lives Matter? We should not, oftentimes people tend to say, oh, this is controversial, we are not going to talk about it. Yes, we must talk about it. Because if we really want to solve the issues that our people are going through, we ought to attack these issues as they are. What is the purpose of Black Lives Matter? Yes, in a sense, in spirit, they may want to stop the killing of Israelites, but do they call or do they march when Pookie kills Ray Ray? When Gloctavius puts two silver bullets or two silver bullets or two I'll say, or use a machete to kill Walmartavius Quantavius III, do Black Lives Matter march? We ought to ask ourselves all these things. Sometimes we have to go on the board, put the equation there, and see if these organizations are doing what they say that they want to do. Verse 2, By swearing and lying and killing and stealing, we love to steal one from another. That is a problem. That is a major problem that we have within the nation. You will see that even in those Caribbean countries, what happened? Those leaders, the minute that they come to power, they live with a fat pocket. Shalom, Elder Emery Mizo. Shalom, Elder. By swearing and lying and killing and stealing and committing adultery. Now, that is a major problem. Israel, if we really want to solve the issues of our people, we should not stray away from these issues. We are to talk about them and come and get the solutions from the Bible. They break out and blood touching and blood toucheth blood. That is black on black crime. Oftentimes, when other nations are talking about black on black crimes, we always want to divert. Oh, what about Italians on Italians crime? Or what about Irish on Irish crimes? No, no, no. Listen, we have to stay there because we do care about our people. We want solutions for our people. We want to deal with our issues. So if they talk about it, in no way, shape, or form should we divert the conversation. Therefore shall the land mourn, and everyone that dwelleth therein shall languish. This is what you are seeing right now. Right now, we are in America. You can see that wherever we are, oftentimes we live in dilapidated conditions. Israel, as we are getting closer to the arrival of Hamashiach Yahushai, we must not keep silent. We must not keep our peace. Oftentimes, oftentimes we are complacent to what is happening in our neighborhood. Oftentimes we see evil, but somehow, some way, we don't want to talk about the evil. Which it should not be so. Now, stupidity. In the art of war, Sun Tzu states that the leader should know about war. Let's go to the book of 2 Timothy chapter 1 verse 7. Because many of our men are scared. That is why we have some nonsense that we often in fact, people say that all the time. Happy wife, happy life. That is trash. In fact, I see that there are 10 of you watching. Please explain this to me, please. Give me the spirit and the letter of that statement. Happy wife, happy life. What does that mean? Because if I hear happy wife, happy life, where is the husband? So that means that if the wife is happy, whether the husband is happy or not, nobody cares. What does that mean? This statement is trash. Instead, it should be happy husband, happy life. All this is part of the MLK nonsense that we have been doing. When I say MLK, I'm not talking about the individual per se. I'm just using him as, because many of us follow what he preached. And as a result, we are not doing how we should be doing, meaning that we should be a people that is prosperous, that are prosperous. We are not. Look at us. Oftentimes we always want to say that, oh, we create everything. Yes, we build America, or we build America, but we are not enjoying the fruits of America. Sister Lisa states, if you make the wife happy, you'll be happy by default. How can that be? Brother Abaya the warrior. Shalom, my dear brother. Shalom, my dear brother. Abana Yahawa Bahashem Hamashiach Yashabakatha. The love of the husband is conditional. Brother Donizio Tamid states the man is putting the woman above him with that statement. That is wicked. Statement like that is what is destroying our neighborhood, such as mommy's baby, daddy's maybe. You see how we become degenerates. That is who we are now. We are nothing but degenerates. That is what we are now. We are degenerates. That is what we are. Oftentimes, a male lion, if he takes over a pride, all the cubs that were sired by the previous male or by the previous king, he's going to kill all of them. That is why if a lion knows that a cub is not his cub, a cub is not its cub, that lion is going to kill that cub. So animals understand this, but somehow, some way, we as a people, we have the understanding of that. That is why we do not have any sexual discipline. That is why adultery is rampant in the black community. Let's go to the book of Isaiah, chapter 3. MLK, a legacy of death. You can see that in every MLK boulevard. Oftentimes, this boulevard is a cesspool of death. Stupidity, sit-ins, to sit in a restaurant to force the servers to serve you, that makes no sense to me. But before that, let's go to the book of First Maccabees, chapter 14, verse 9. The book of First Maccabees, chapter 14 and verse 9. But let's add verse 1. 1, and then we'll jump to 9. Now, in the 112th year, King Demetrius gathered his forces together and went into Media to get him help to fight against Tryphon. We can hear it. This is about fight. This is about war. Now go to verse 9. The ancient men sat all in the streets, communing together of good things. These are our men, communing together of good things. and the young men put on glorious and warlike apparel. So that is why you see that Israel dumbness. We have to address it. I see that there are 9 of you watching. What is the wisdom in putting your pants below your behind? I want the wisdom in that. Or what is the wisdom what is the wisdom that our people use, or what is the justification for putting their pants below the behind? I want this because this is dumb. Men of war don't dress like that. If you are about war, you are about fighting. First, you have no fear. Secondly, you are about discipline because a warrior is about discipline. Now, for our sisters, we have to ask ourselves, how come you are walking in the streets or you are in a spot with your cleavage out? I want the wisdom in that, please. Because if you think that you are going to get a husband with your cleavage out, you are sadly mistaken. Yes, you will get you will get a baby daddy. You will get an impregnator. But a husband that is keeping the laws of Yah? Not no. Because a man of Yah wants his belongings to be covered. And also, if you have respect for your husband, also, if you have respect for yourself, in no way, shape, or form should you have your kids out in the streets. We have to ask ourselves, we become dumb. The way we dress, why are we doing the things that we are doing? Yet when you watch how our people used to dress during the civil rights movement, they were fully covered, the men and the women. We have to understand we came here as slave men and slave women. We have to live here as men and women of Yah. Plain and simple. MLK, a legacy of death, stupidity, and dumbness. Whenever there is a protest or a demonstration, what are our sisters doing? They are working. Please give me the wisdom behind twerking during a demonstration. I want the wisdom in that. I want the spirit in that. I want the letter in that. Why is that? What is Israel? There is always a why or a couple whys for. There is always a because or a couple becauses for a why. They say there is always a because for a why. I change it. There is always a because or several becauses for a why. What do we become? In fact, we have to ask ourselves, are we really the people of Yah? Let's go to the book of John. The book of John is part of what they call in the Bible. The book of John, what part is it in the New Testament? What do they call these 4 books? Mark, Luke, John, and Matthew. What do they call them? Yes, Brother Donizwa Otabit, we become degenerates. here's one thing. When somebody says something bad about us, we should not go out to try to say, oh, you are saying that because you hate us. No. First, take your time and do your inner work to see, do your inner inspection to see what the person says, to see if what he says is true. Oftentimes, what the person says is true. Yes, as Israelites, we are degenerates. We are. I put all of us in the basket. Do you know why? Because I see Israel as a whole. John 10:27. That's what Hamashiach says here. Whenever the words are in red, who is speaking? Well, the Elder Emre says, I feel so uncomfortable without my belt. Yes. That is Hamashiach speaking. You see, we as scholars, when things are happening to our people, or when we see things happening in front of us, we have to ask ourselves what is going on. Oftentimes, we go after swag. That is why in the Boondocks, Swagalicious and Thugalicious is very popular. So oftentimes, what you see in the movies or in the cartoons, they are nothing but what is going on in real life. If we see nonsense, we have to call out the nonsense. Or Gangstalicious, yes. John 10:27. My sheep hear my voice. I know them and they follow me. My sheep hear my voice. I know them. And conjunction of coordination, they follow me. Now we have to ask ourselves, are we really following Hamashiach? That is the question. Are we really following Hamashiach Yahawashai? My sheep hear my voice. I know them and they follow me. Because Hamashiach went into the temple in John chapter 2. He went there and put people in order. Now, when you see nonsense in front of you, do you do your best to address the nonsense? Hey, we can address it any way possible, but we have to do it with respect and wisdom. Let's go to the book of First Peter chapter 2. Abaya the warrior mother says, that's simple yet so powerful when you dwell on it. Yes, my sheep hear my voice. I know them. So that means that you have a personal relationship with the Most High through Mashiach Yahweh, and they follow me. Now, do we take the second step to follow Hamashiach? Why? Let's see. First of all, why did they call us Christian or Christians in Antioch? Why? Why? What was the reason behind this calling? I'll give you a hint. When we are in the streets, people call us Power Rangers. Why do they do that? So if you are able to link that with Acts 11:26, you'll see why. But after that verse 25. Yeah, but then it says we choose to dress like the so-called white men more than dressing like kings and princes. Yeah, so basically what they use it as a mockery, as a way to ridicule us. But we know that we dress or we are dressing like the kings and princesses that we as the people are. Our sisters are princesses. Let's see what Acts 11:26. Start with 25. Then departed Barnabas to Tarsus for to seek Paul. And when he had found him, he brought him unto Antioch. And it came to pass that a whole year they assembled themselves with the church and taught much people. And the disciples were called Christians first in Antioch. Use this basically as a mockery, but guess what? But there is truth in it. We are, because they did that because we follow Hamashiach. Now, let's go to the book of First Peter chapter 2. Let's see how Hamashiach lived. MLK, a legacy of death. Wherever black people are, expect some nonsense to happen. That is why some people, they say the minute they see a clique or a group of black people in one spot, they avoid that spot. In fact, there is a brother, he's dead now. He states that oftentimes if he goes to bar, the minute that he sees a group of men or black men, he used to leave. Why? Because he said that black people, the minute they are together in one spot, before you know it, they will start fighting one another. They will start fighting one another. A legacy of death. Stupidity. We have been doing some stupid things in America, thinking that America wants to save us. No. Malachi 2 in verse 10. Let's see what Micah 2 in verse 10. Let's see what Micah had to tell us back then. What he said then is still valid today. Micah was a minor prophet. That's what Micah says. One way for you to know the books of the Bible, put them on a piece of paper and recite them one after another to know where they are. By doing so, you'll know which book comes after another book. For instance, we know that the book of Hebrews come after which book? Brother Don Israel Tamid. Which book comes just before the book of Hebrews? Brother Abaya. Which book comes just before the book of Hebrews? It has only one chapter. It is a letter from Paul to a beloved brother. Yeah, yes, Philemon, yep. Brother Denbo, that's Brother Denbo, yep, Philemon. Philemon and his family were in the truth. Micah 2 and verse 10. That's what the Most High says in Micah 2 and verse 10. Micah 2 and verse 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. So when the brother stated later on that he integrated his people into a burning house, he was right. But the Most High told us to depart. How can we depart? Brothers and sisters, how can we depart from the nonsense of this world? How can we depart from the nonsense of this world? Because they say when you are in Rome, you are to act like the Romans. How can you depart from the nonsense of Brother Denbo State says, put all our energy in the book. Sister Alisa says, by following the laws, statutes, and commandments. By renewing our minds. Yeah, all these are good, but I have yet to see an action verb. Talking about things is good. Saying following the laws, that's good, sounds good. Let's go, hold my cat when verse 10. Let's go to the book of Psalm 111, verse 10. The Most High is more about action. Let's go to the book of Psalm 111, verse 10. The book of Psalm, chapter 111, in fact, outside verse 1 and then drop to 10. Psalm 111, verse 1. Praise ye the Most High. I will praise Yah with my whole heart, in that with my whole mind, in the assembly of the upright and in the congregation. Verse 10. The fear of the Most High is the beginning of knowledge, is the beginning of wisdom. A good understanding have all they that do his commandments. The Most High is about actions. So we have to be about actions. Israel, MLK, a legacy of death. Let us love one another. Stupidity. Let us not go after what our people did back then, such as sit-ins to force Edomites to serve them, trying to integrate, meaning that, hey, yes, if you are in a school, we are all together. Guess what? The minute that everything is done, hey, try not to hold company that much with our enemies, in the sense that, hey, we are trying to build ourselves up, even with some of our people. Stray away from some of them, because oftentimes the minute you are with them, they will start talking about nonsense. Now, what you are to do, the minute that you are there, make sure that you are about the word. Use your presence with them to teach them, for them to leave you alone, for them to flee away from you, for them to flee from you. Psalm 111 verse 10. The fear of the Most High is the beginning of wisdom. A good understanding have all they that do his commandments. Now, Micah 2 and verse 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you. So now, how can we avoid that? Let's go to 1 Peter 2 and verse 22. The book of First Peter, chapter 2 and verse 22. But let's start at verse 21. I see that there are 9 of you watching. How do you read the Bible? Basically, what do you apply to study the Bible? Let's talk. I see that there are 9 of you watching. I know tomorrow some of us may not go to work. That's fine. So let's take at least an hour and a half for this class. Right now we are at 51 minutes. How do you study? Brother Donizo Tamid, how do you study? Sister Lisa, my dear sister, how do you study? Let us do our best to incorporate studying the Bible in our daily diet or in our diet for the week. For instance, on my side, oftentimes I listen to the portion online. Basically, I listen to it, and while I'm listening to it, I'm trying to pinpoint some, or I try to pinpoint some key points. And then I use the Bible to basically get the precepts. Yeah, precept on precept. We all know that. But I'm saying that your way of studying, your way of learning the word of Yah, your way of reading to understand what the Most High says. Oftentimes, you may have your own way of study. So this is a family. Let us do some exchange here very quick. I see that there are 9 of you watching. Let's talk. Sister Lisa says, I read my 4 chapters a day, and those things that I don't understand, I ask elders for better understanding. Yes. Also, one thing I do is that oftentimes I read some other version to get the understanding on some scriptures. Because oftentimes you may read it in one version, but that other version may make it clearer. Sometimes I even go to the Creole Bible because I speak Creole. Because what we do, we can see something in English, but the Creole version of it may go clearer. So basically, we all have our ways of reading. Brother Abayal says, me and my rib and I do a summary of each chapter. That's good. That is good. That is good. Let's talk. Let's talk. Let us do some exchange in how we study the Bible. Because, in fact, let's go to the book of John 5, verse 39. To see what Hamashiach commanded us to do. A little better one. Concerning the brothers in Berea. Because they were searching the scriptures. So now we have to ask ourselves, as we are following them, how should we do things? Because we may not do things the same way they did things. But let's do something very quick. Let's go to Acts chapter 17. At verse 1. Acts 17, verse 1. Now, when they had passed through Amphipolis and Apollonia, they came to Thessalonica. Verse 10. And the brethren immediately sent away Paul and Silas by night unto Berea, who coming thither went into the synagogue of the Jews. These were more noble than those in Thessalonica. These were more noble than those in Thessalonica. How? How were they more noble? Let's see what they did. In that they received the word with all readiness of mind, and they received it with being that they were ready for it. They were ready for the word. Now we have to. That is what Israel. Now I have to ask all of you. When it comes to the Sabbath day, is your mind ready for the scriptures? Oftentimes, what do? Many of us, we are only Israelites during the day or during the weekend. But during the weekdays, we don't really care about the word of Yah. That is the problem, Israel. During the weekdays, we are doing our own thing. We don't really care about the Most High. But once it is the weekend, somehow, some way, now we care about the word. All of us tend to do that, but we have to change it. We have to change that, Israel. In John 5:39, the most Amashiach told us to search the scriptures. But in Acts 17, the people in Berea, they were ready for the word. And once they heard it, they searched the scriptures to see if what Paul and Silas were saying were true. To see if what Paul and Silas were telling them the truth. Let's read it again. Acts 17 and verse 10. And the brethren immediately sent away Paul and Silas by night unto Berea, who coming thither went into the synagogue of the Jews. These were more noble than those in Thessalonica, in that they received the word with all readiness of mind and conjunction of coordination. Search the scriptures daily whether those things were so. And Mother Israel states, I read a book at a time and I precept it while I'm going along. I also look a lot of videos and precept of what I learned from the videos. Yes, that is a good thing. Also, when you are watching a video, it is best to have your Bible with you. Do your best to get the verse before the reader. Now, let's go psychologically for a moment. If you do your best to get the verse before the reader, what will happen to your brain? You are competing with the reader. What will happen to your brain? Sister Lisa says, I'm in the middle of a code blue. Sorry, I can. My sister, may the Most High Mashiach help you during the code blue. when you do your best to get the scripture before the reader, your adrenaline is going to is pumping. So this is good. Competition is good. So now you are competing against the reader, which is a good thing. This will in turn make you more proficient in fighting the books in the Bible. Israel, let's go back to First Peter 2 and verse 22. We'll start at verse 21. The book of First Peter chapter 2 and verse 21. Who even hereunto were ye called, because Hamashiach also suffered for us, leaving us an example that ye should follow his steps. Verse 22. Who did no sin, that is the state of mind we should be in. For us to do our best to be sinless in front of Yah. For us to do our best to fight the urge. For us to do our best to be perfect in the eyes of Yah. Do our best to fight it. Do our best to be clean in front of Yah. Via Hamashiach Yahawashai, who did no sin, neither was guile found in his mouth. So that was the way Hamashiach was living. Yes, but yes, Elder, I remember. So yes, you get quick on your sword. Yes, as you are reading, as you are watching the videos, you are speeding to be ahead of the reader. You will be quick on fighting the scriptures, because what it will, you will know where the books are. Israel, you know, when it comes to us here at the Light of Zion, we ought to be frank and honest with you. Currently, what operation are we conducting? If you have been watching the Light of Zion, right now we are conducting an operation. The title of the class is MLK, a legacy of death. We are killing one another. Stupidity. We are not war ready. We think that by getting with the other nations, somehow, some way, things will get better for us. Dumbness. How? We become dumb to the point that we don't even know who we are. We dress any way we want to dress. We have no self-esteem. We see the other nations as better than us. We have no respect for ourselves nor for one another. Yes, Elder, Brother Denbu, we are conducting Operation Renovation. And what did I say? Every week I will do. Or what will I tell you every week? Let me put some more frankincense and myrrh. Yes, but that is what time. We have to give you a financial report. So when you give to this operation, whether you want your people to know you give or not, I have to be frank. I have to let the people know who gave and how much I gathered, or how much we collected for that week. Last week, which ended on the 12th of January, meaning we do it, meaning once it hits 11:59, for us, I consider it as the end for the week. So I'm glad you are back, my dear sister. We are talking about Operation Renovation that we are conducting. So I have to give you a financial report. For last week, after the class ended, I got a text from a brother named Brother Corey Thanks from Texas. Texas is far from Florida. The brother sent $200 via Western Union for this operation, for Operation Renovation. At that time, I only had $11. So I added his 200 to the 11 I had. So the total for week number 2, which ended on the 12th of January, was $211. $211. All praises to Arthur Mashiach. Now for this week, which is going to end at 11:59, earlier, a couple brothers and I, we were in the swap shop, the flea market. We, in total, what we collected so far for this week is $125. Before I leave the school tomorrow, if it is Yahweh Mashiach, I will put it in the collection box. Next week, if it is Yahweh Mashiach, I will give you the report for that week as well. So whatever you give, hey, I have to be frank and honest with you. The elder MMs will state Captain, do we have a family fasting coming up soon? I don't think so, Elder. I don't think so, because I know we had a family one that we did last week. I don't think so. But if there is check the channel under the community tab, you will see the schedule. So that is the way we are, Israel. So far, we are at 125 for this week. The idea is to collect as much money as possible for us to pay the rent. You have been donating to the Light of Zion. Thank you very much for your donation. Do not stop. Know that when you donate to this ministry, we will not use your money for our personal gain. Sister Lisa states, when is the Feast of Purim? I want to make sure I make it. Sister Lisa, from your mouth to God's ears. From your mouth to the ears of Yahweh HaMashiach Yahawashai. Why do I say that, Sister Lisa? Why? Remember, there is a why or a couple, there is a because or several becauses for a why. Because Elder Abraham Israel studied that he would be here. Before you know it, the elder was here. And I know my dear sister Lisa, she once said that she would be here for a feast. I checked in the fridge to see if she was there because, she's from Jacksonville. Jacksonville is cold. I thought she was in the fridge. In the fridge. She was not there. She was not there. So my sister Lisa, check the schedule under the community tab. You will see when the days are for the opening and the closing. Israel, let us. Yes, my sister. If you go on it, you will find it. You will find the new one for 2025 because we have it from 2024 all the way to 2025. That is, well, know that also if you have friends that want to take part in this operation, let them know. Tell them what we are doing, and when they give us their phone number so that give us their phone number and a snap and a screenshot of the donation so that I can call them. Send the screenshot to the school's phone number. Seven five four 367 4052. This phone belongs to the school. So basically, whenever they send a screenshot, I'll be able to see it. MLK, a legacy of death. We are busy killing one another. Stupidity, we do not have a warrior mentality. We think that other nations love us, whereas clearly the Most High says that in, let's get it very quick, in Psalm 83. We are almost done, Israel. Psalm 83, verse 4. They have said, come and let us cut off and let us cut them off from being a nation. Why? That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. So we have no warrior mentality. Dumbness. We do not know how to behave one toward another. Jeremiah 15, verse 6. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 15, verse 6. My people have been lost sheep. The shepherds have caused them to go astray. This is what our shepherd, the pastors that we have been listening to, they messed us up. They have been telling us lies. Psalm 72, verse 18. So, Sister Elisa, my dear sister, in March, for the Feast of Purim, what is going to happen? Because for the Feast of Purim, what do? We give presents one to another. The sisters give presents one to another on their side, and on our side as men, we give presents, we give gifts one to another. Brother Denbo, my dear brother, Elder Emram Israel, my dear elder, Psalm 72, verse 18. The book of Psalm, chapter 72 and verse 18. Blessed be the most high power, the power of Israel, the power of our dear brother Denbo, Shalom, mighty, Shalom, elder. Blessed be the most high power, the power of Israel, the power of our dear brother Don Israel Tamid. Blessed be the most high power, the power of Israel, the power of our sister Lisa. Blessed be the most high power, the power of Israel, the power of our dear sister Darlene Barrera. Blessed be the most high power, the power of Israel, the power of our elder Emram Israel. Blessed be the most high power, the power of Israel, the power of our dear brother Abayar, the warrior. Blessed be the most high power, the power of Israel, the power of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. Blessed be the most high power, the power of Israel, the power of all those who are currently watching. Blessed be the most high power, the power of Israel, the power of our dear Sister Deborah Dennis in Chatham, Massachusetts. Blessed be the most high power, the power of Israel, the power of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel who are scattered all over the globe. All the 12 tribes which are scattered all over the globe. Shalom, Israel. Thank you, my dear brother Don Israel Tamid. Thank you, brother. All praises to Yahweh Mashiach. Happy to see all of you. Happy to see all of you. Hey, it is 1:17. We have only 12 minutes left. Let us do our best to apply the scriptures in our life. As we are going through the speeches of our dear brother MLK, let us do a complete analysis to see where he went right and where he went wrong. Because at some point he was about defense. At some point he wanted our people to defend themselves, our people in the South to defend themselves as well. The same way our brother Malcolm in the North wanted our people to defend themselves. So let us do analysis to see where they went wrong and where they went right. And for us to stay within the scriptures to understand what the Most High wants for us. Why? Let's see that very quick in the book of Jeremiah. Verse 11, Jeremiah 29, verse 11. Let's see what the Most High says. The book of Jeremiah 29, verse 11. For I know the thoughts that I think toward you, saith the Most High. Thoughts of peace, meaning that the Most High wants us to be at peace with ourselves and with everybody else, and not of evil, to give you an expected end, meaning that he wants us to be prosperous. He is going to give us the kingdom, but we have to be ready for it. We have to manifest the kingdom by applying the commandments of Yah. Be a brother to our fellow Israelites. Be a sister to our fellow Israelites, where we are applying the word of Yah in our life. Yes, brother. Yes. The word tamid means always. Yeah, because our brother, we have to tell the truth. Our brother Don Israel, who is a Hebrew scholar, this brother, whenever we have classes, he is always there. He is always present. Shalom, shalom, Yahshua, all praises to Yahweh Mashiach. May the Most High Mashiach bless you all. Let us end with Psalm 133. Psalm 133. We have only 10 more minutes left. Psalm 133. for week number 2 in operation, renovation. The tally was $211 for week number 2 in operation, renovation. Yes. Psalm 133. The book of Psalm, chapter 133. Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. It is like the precious ointment upon the head that went down upon the beard, even Aaron's beard. According to researchers, Aaron had a long beard. He had a very long beard. It is like the precious ointment upon the head that went down upon the beard, even Aaron's beard, that went down to the skirts of his garments, as the dew of Hermon, and as the dew that descended upon the mountains of Zion. For there Yahweh commanded the blessing, even life forevermore. Bahashem, Hamashiach Yahawashai, Thawada, Thamyad, Aman. Shalom Yahshua. May the Most High Mashiach bless you all. Know that at the light of Zion, we are your servants. We are here to serve you. Shalom to all of you. Let us make it a habit to pray one for another. Keep the light of Zion in your prayers as much as you can or as less as you can. Donate to this ministry. Know that when you give to this ministry, we are going to use your donations. I say donations for a reason, because brothers and sisters have been sending a lot of things to the light of Zion. We really appreciate that. Know that when you send your donations, we will use them to further the gospel, to take care of the people of Yah through Hamashiach Yahushai. Shalom, shalom to our brother Will. Shalom, my dear brother. Also Israel. This brother that you see in the chat, brother Will, he was there. He was in the flea market with us as well. Earlier, he was in the school fixing a door. Later on, he came to the flea market to help us packing things up. Brother Will, know that, my dear brother, the Most High Mashiach is looking at you. He is seeing your work. Know that all the work that you are putting in is not in vain. In due time, the Most High Mashiach will reward you for all the works that you have been doing for him. Shalom, my dear brother. Shalom to all of you. May the Most High Mashiach bless you all. Shalom.